Joining us now for more is the author of that report, Heather Haddon from Wall Street Journal. Heather, thank you for joining us. This saga is unbelievable, and it is unusually public and getting pretty heated between the former CEO and the company. What's your sense of the company's reaction to all of this and the fact that they are taking it and airing so much public dirty laundry?
Yeah, it is really unusual for these kind of issues to come out so publicly. Often a board of a major company will handle these kind of matters quietly. But McDonald's has, taken this very strong stance to try to claw back severance that it paid to Steve Easterbrook, their former CEO, after he first stepped down from the company in November. And so they have filed this lawsuit raising a number of very serious allegations against him concerning sexual relationships he allegedly had within the company. Now that investigation is ongoing, the company tells us, and so it's also looking to allegations that Mr. Easterbrook maybe covered up other improprieties of employees. It's looking into the HR department for the company more broadly. And meanwhile, this lawsuit is playing out. So Mr. Easterbrook's attorney responded about 2 weeks ago, saying that this lawsuit has no merit for various reasons. And the company very forcefully responded today. It said, once again, that its former CEO lied in very stark terms to the company and its board and its investigators when it was first looking into this, and said that it has every right to sue Mr. Easterbrook for that severance and claw it back.
Do you think there's any blame here that lies with the company board? And that is why the company is being so defensive and so harsh with its public criticism against the former CEO. Do you think they're being defensive at all?
I mean, we really don't know. That's what's going to play out in court. Who's to blame here? One thing that was raised when the suit was first filed is the thoroughness of the investigation that the company engaged in. They said that they did the investigation they needed into the matter in November when it was first deciding to fire the CEO and offer him quite a handsome severance package at that time. So the question is, some have raised, did the board do a thorough enough investigation now that so many other really damning allegations have come out in July when it's done this further investigation response, a tip, it said it got into further issues at the company. So I think the investigation is one thing that will be explored if this does go to court. And actually in McDonald's own response today, they said this just deserves to play out in court, how it handled its investigation, and it's going to defend that.
Well, to that point, Heather, and it may well not be a legitimate defense for Steve Easterbrook, but if there was an insufficient original investigation, who does that fall upon? I understand that Easterbrook was CEO and sort of outgoing CEO at the time, and that might have made it harder to do a full investigation, but the board surely should have been independent of that. The board is the same throughout. The chairman is the same throughout. Do they have a lot to answer for?
Yeah, so they said, McDonald's has said that they've been very thorough in this all along, that they hired independent counsel to conduct that original investigation. And now that they've actually retained additional independent counsel for this further investigation into the former CEO and its conduct. Their basic stance is that the former CEO lied to them in a way that made it very difficult for them to further expand on that investigation based on the knowledge that they had at that time. So again, the question is, perhaps another independent counsel could have looked even further if they felt it was in the right for them to do so. The company said that they were using the facts they had at the time to explore what they knew then.